Today, fate led me to a discovery that could alter the course of my journey. Finding the Crown of Barenziah might no longer be a requirement. Outside the ruins of Angarvund, I found the journal of an adventurer, Madresi Dran, driven by whispers of an ancient treasure buried deep beneath stone and shadow. Madresi and her crew were already inside, combing the depths of these riches. Having not yet returned, led me to believe they were still empty-handed. All I had to do was get it first. Be quicker, smarter, and unseen. Simple enough, right? I descended into the depths of Angarvund, heart racing with thoughts of untold riches. But at the entrance, there she was, a woman standing between me and the path forward. Her back was to me, completely unaware of my presence. Could it be Madresi herself? I considered my options. Sneak past her? Impossible. Not without getting the attention of her whole mining crew. As much as I hated the thought, I knew I'd have to kill her to reach the treasure. I drew my bow, trying to focus, but my hands trembled with doubt. In the end, I could not do it. It's one thing to take coin from the undeserving, another entirely to take a life. Defeated, I retreated, slipping away before anyone could see me. I came to Skyrim to find treasure, to help Father, not to shed blood as a killer would do. No treasure is worth that price. Oh, there has to be another way. A way to sneak by under these circumstances. A way to simply vanish. But I am no mage, nor do I have the means to study the likes of potions and magic. Maybe I can resort to mere disguises. Regardless, I have no choice but to get creative and adjust my strategy moving forward. The day passed quickly as I wallowed in self-pity, and before I knew it, night had fallen. I decided to stay at Madresi's camp for the evening, hoping that rest would clear my head. However, in my sleep, my head was anything but clear. It was filled with visions of the night sky, constellations that had taken the shape of trees, where skills and abilities grew like leaves on branches. I guess you could call them skill trees. One in particular caught my eye. Illusion. I focused on it, seeing the novice illusion skill gleaming like a ripe fruit, waiting to be plucked. I began to reach for it, feeling the warmth from its glow. Upon touching it, my body surged with a jolt of energy. I know it was just a dream, yet I somehow feel different. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something about me has changed. What exactly, I do not know. It was time to leave Angarvund behind and move on. I was so thankful to be rid of the frozen mountains and surrounded with vibrant hues of gold, crimson, and emerald. Their beautiful colors creating a striking tapestry against the landscape. But the rain, the terrible rain, takes me hours to dry off. Sometimes a full day if I'm unlucky. However, being wet would surely be the least of my concerns. Out of nowhere, I was ambushed by a pair of goblins. I tried to fight with my iron dagger, but it was useless against their thick hide. My fists, however, told a different story. As a Khajiit, I have always known my claws were my greatest weapon, and they did not fail me. In a quick few blows, I knocked the first one to the ground. The second put up a better fight, but I was still able to come out as the victor. Once they were unconscious, I quickly searched their pockets. A few coins, some jewelry, a garnet, and poison. I left them there, hoping they'd think twice before attacking me if we ever were to cross paths again. Thanks for the gifts, guys. Oh, I know you're tired and all, but might not want to lie around here for too long. I hear there are hungry wolves around. Have a good one. Finally, I made it to Riften. The gates loomed ahead, a promise of opportunity, and one step closer to getting information about the Crown of Barenziah. I was soaked from the rain, and the city wasn't about to offer me a warm welcome.
Hold, and stand down. If you want to get into Riften, use the north gate. This one's closed. My orders are to tell the riffraff to use the north gate. That's it.
Riffraff, huh? I bit my tongue and did as I was told. I wasn't about to get into a fight with armed guards. Lucky for them, I am no assassin or thug. The North Gate, unfortunately, was no different in its disappointment. This guard was demanding a visitor's tax. I knew it was a shakedown, but I wasn't in the mood to argue, nor was I willing to pay. But this was all fine. I knew I would get inside and no one would be the wiser. I would wait till nightfall. The time had come to make my move, but before I could even start doing a perimeter check, I stumbled upon a Khajiit caravan camped outside the walls.
If you have come to see our wares, speak to the others.
Oh, seeing my own kind put me at ease. Dromararsh offered speech training for coin, but I didn't have much to spare and it really wasn't the right time. I did manage to trade some goods with Akari and had a long conversation with her. She told me about how Khajiit like us aren't welcome in the cities of Skyrim. Nords see us as nothing but thieves and skooma dealers. It is unfair, but it's the reality we face. Akari had her own troubles with the law, both in elsewhere in Cyrodiil. But she's found a home of sorts here with the caravan, working for Isad. When I asked Akari if she knew of a way into Riften without paying the tax, she mentioned the Blackbriar Meadery and how their back entrance is left unlocked in the mornings for dock shipments. It definitely was my best option. I thanked her and asked her if she ever would be up to grab a pint of milk in the future. She didn't say no, but she didn't say yes. Probably was caught off guard. I seem to have that effect on the ladies. I found my way to the back of the meadery and decided to rest. Akari was right. The back door was unlocked, so I quickly slipped inside. I acted as though I belonged, walking with purpose, and avoiding eye contact with the staff. Just as I was about to leave, I nearly ran into a dark elf woman.
Hey, don't look at me that way. Who are you to judge me?
Welcome. Allow me to recommend the Blackbriar Mead, the purest brew in all of Skyrim.
I then met Ungrian at the front of the shop. What makes Blackbriar mead so special?
Lady Maven's been developing the secret recipe for Blackbriar Mead over the last several decades. She uses a very secret blend of spices, fresh honey from Golden Glow Estate, and specially constructed aging casks to ensure the best flavor. Even when you get to the last sip in your flagon, it'll taste just as good as the first.
Wow, that sounded a bit rehearsed.
Damn it. Sorry. I'm not very good at this. Look, just don't say anything to Maven, will you? I've spent weeks trying to get that right, and if she sees how stupid I am, she'll get rid of me.
Oh, my friend, there are worse things than being fired.
Yeah, fired. Sure, that's what I meant.
So tell me about Maven Blackbriar.
She's an absolute pleasure to work for. In fact, I almost feel guilty accepting pay from her. Why, just this last week, I was commenting to my fellow meadery workers just how lucky we are to be working for such a charitable family.
Okay. Now tell me how you really feel.
Okay, look, if I'm caught saying anything bad about the meadery or the family, I'm a dead man. I'm the 4th person to work the tasting counter in the last year. The last 3 are at the bottom of Lake Honrik. Just take my advice and just get out of Riften as soon as you can. Come back and see us again.
Thanks for the advice, and good luck. Before I left, I found a few documents that shed more light on the Blackbriars. Indaren had ordered random employee searches, threatening jail time for anyone caught stealing mead. There was also a costly mistake involving their private reserve, and the workers were being forced to pay it. These people are ruthless, willing to squeeze the life out of their own employees to maintain their power. I feel for Ungrian, trapped in a place like that. But I have my own problems. I stepped out into the main square, but before I could make my way to the center, I saw a guard approaching me and quickly ducked into the nearby shop.
Welcome to the Pond Prawn. Come on in, take a look around.
Oh, yes, good day, my friend, good day.
Welcome to the Pond Prawn. What can I do for you? I have all sorts of interesting items for sale. Have you looked around?
You know, your shop has an unusual name.
Catchy, isn't it? In my youth, I was a fisherman. I had a beautiful ship named the Brawny Prawn. But the years have a way of creeping up on you. I ended up selling that ship to open this place. Seemed only fitting to name it after her. Well, changed it a bit, I suppose. If I had been smarter, I would have kept my boat. Coming to this city was a big mistake.
You know, I keep hearing that. What exactly is wrong with Riften?
The question is, what isn't wrong with Riften? This city's corrupt, rotten to the core. No one cares about anything except themselves, and how much coin they can make off the misery of others.
Oh yeah, so unfortunate. Maybe you should speak to the authorities.
Have you been listening to what I said?
No,
They're
yes.
all dirty. Every one of them.
Of course,
The only way to get things done in this city is to keep your head down.
I was being
and
sarcastic.
pay off the right people.
You know, okay. With some spare coin in my pockets, I was looking for a pack to carry all of my findings. I mean, I only have so many pockets. As I browsed through the merchant's wares, I came across the perfect item, complete with slots for daggers, hooks, pockets, and the beautiful dark leather called to me. It was more than half of what I had on me, but I knew that I had to start investing in my journey. You know the saying, you have to spend coin to make coin.
Good day.
Before leaving, I discreetly glanced at the letter that was sitting on his counter. Something about a man named Wilhelm, who had been asked by Bersay to enter a location known as the Shroud Hearth Barrow. Apparently, the trinkets from the Nordic barrows sell quite well. However, there seems to be a high risk involved, and Wilhelm had refused the request. I'll take note of this, and maybe when I'm ready, I'll have to find this barrow and see what all the fuss is about. I stepped out into Riften's bustling market, scanning the unfamiliar faces and alleys, trying to figure out where to begin my search for the Thieves' Guild. This city, with its shady dealings and shadier residents, had the scent of opportunity, but nothing clear yet. Then, like a shadow slipping through the crowd, a man approached.
Running a little light in the pockets, lad?
My business is none of your concern.
Your pockets. They're a little low on coin. I can tell.
I hesitated, but he had my attention. This man needed me to steal a ring from Madesi's strongbox. As he created a diversion, I would slip it out and plant it in Branche's pocket. An easy enough task, if not for the risk. He made it clear that someone wanted Branche out of business for good. As he spoke, I realized something crucial. It was him that the guards were working for at the main gate. He told me that the guard at the north gate had gotten greedy and tried to extract coin from me because he smelled the gold I carried. But instead of causing trouble, I kept my cool. Brynjolf seemed impressed by that. I told him I'd consider the offer, not fully ready to trust him just yet. Instead, I decided to talk to the merchants in the square, gathering more information while I mulled over my next move. First, I spoke with Bolli, the owner of Riften Fishery.
New in town, eh? Here for the fishing, I guess.
He seemed honest enough, even offered me a job to deliver a purchase agreement and Markarth. The pay seemed good, and the idea of earning more coin was tempting, but I had other priorities. Madesi, the Argonian jeweler, was next. His business was clearly struggling, and he blamed Brynjolf for stealing his customers with false miracle cures. Madesi mentioned he needed help gathering rare materials.
Sadly, I'm one of the few traditional Saxhleel jewelers that remains in Tamriel. It's becoming a lost art.
2 flawless sapphires, a mammoth tusk, and some gold ore. I accepted his offer, already knowing I'd soon be taking something else from him. It didn't take long to put the pieces together. Brynjolf was the one with ties to the Thieves' Guild. That was the final push I needed. Gaining favor with him might be my best way into the guild, and if stealing Madesi's ring was the price, so be it. I approached Brynjolf and agreed to his offer.
Good. Wait until I start the distraction, then show me what you're made of.
Everyone, gather round.
Brynjolf wasted no time drawing the crowd in with his sales pitch. That was my cue. I moved swiftly, ducking behind Madesi's stall. My fingers worked quickly, the lockpick sliding into place as if guided by instinct. In moments, the cupboard was open, and Madesi's strongbox followed. The ring was mine. But just as I was about to slip it into Branche's pocket, a guard had spotted me.
The problem is your disrespect for the laws of this land. It's time to face the Jarl's justice.
My heart pounded. I had to think fast, but in that moment, all I could see was the guard's hand gripping his axe, ready to strike.